Welcome to another Ayehu NG tutorial. In this video, we will see how easy it is to integrate Ayehu NG with SolarWinds NPM. Let's begin. From the Ayehu Live dashboard, let's navigate to the modules view found under Configuration. In the modules view, we will find our core components and integrations. Let's define a new module for SolarWinds. Enter a name for the module. Select the module type. Select where the module will be installed on. Usually, the module will be installed on the local host. Now, let's select the device of where the module will be installed on. Let's go ahead and click on the Save button to save our module configuration, then fill in the module's connection parameters. Enter in the SolarWinds device, port number, username, and password. After entering the connection parameters, let's click on the Test Connection button. Once the connection has been established, let's go ahead and save our new module. Now, wait for the module to be in the up state. Now that the module is in its up state, we can extend the module. We can now discover newly generated alerts from SolarWinds by clicking on the Binoculars button. The SolarWinds module is able to discover newly generated alerts using a set time interval. By default, the set time interval is set to 10 seconds. Next, let's click on the Filters button. We can choose to create a filter so that the module will only pull in generated alerts that meet the filter's set condition. Now, let's click the Mapping button to map the SolarWinds properties to Ayehu NG variables. The screen basically replaces the tag mechanism when it comes to incoming SolarWinds requests. Using it, you can define what value will be assigned to the incident's variables without having to create a new tag. The Severity Mapping tab will translate SolarWinds severities into Ayehu NG severities. The State Mapping tab will translate SolarWinds states into Ayehu NG states. Finally, let's click the Save button to update the filters and settings, as well as saving the module configuration. In order to initiate a workflow triggered by an incoming request, we need to create a new trigger in the policy actions. Let's go ahead and navigate there now. Let's create a new trigger. Each trigger is based on a condition and a workflow that should be executed when the condition is matched. Let's give our trigger a new name. Let's go ahead and create a new condition as well, also giving it a new name. Our condition will contain two logic elements. The first logic element for our condition will be checking the incoming event source. The event must originate from the Orion module. The second logic element will be checking the incoming Orion's entity caption. The entity caption must contain the words Microsoft IIS. For the condition clause, we will select the AND option so that the request must match both our condition elements to validate our trigger. Now we can save our new condition and assign a workflow to our trigger. Lastly, we will save our new trigger. Now that we have our trigger created, let's see if there are any generated alerts in our Orion instance. In our Orion instance, we have a newly generated alert notifying us that an IIS service is down. If we head back to Ayehu NG and navigate to the audit trail, we'll find that it has captured the generated alert from Orion and created an incoming event that triggered the assigned workflow. In the activity log below, we can see all the activities from the workflow being executed and the results for each of these activities. Now, let's navigate to the workflow designer to see how our workflow remediated this SolarWinds alert. When the SolarWinds event triggers our workflow, the first activity will create a new ServiceNow record informing the system administrator that the IIS service has stopped. The next activity will then check the service status to see if it stopped. If the service status is stopped, it will then acknowledge the SolarWinds alert and proceed to restart the service. If the service is successfully started, it will then update the ServiceNow record informing the system administrator that the service is now running. This concludes our SolarWinds integration tutorial. For more information, please visit our website at www.ayehu.com.